Okay, we are continuing on with integers today. And so the other day we did gains and losses, and we were using Monopoly money to show what it's like to get money and to lose money. And we're going to continue with that today. So I'm going to show you a couple of symbols that you're familiar with. So you know these symbols. What does this one mean? Okay, so that means subtract, or you could say minus or take away. But it also means negative. So we can use that when we are subtracting. So we could say 4 minus 2 equals 2. Or we could also use this to show that something is a negative number. And we're going to talk about negative numbers today. Now this one, what does this symbol mean? So that could mean plus, means you're adding something, or it could also mean positive. So that means that it's a positive number. So it's a number that's above 0. Whereas a negative number is a number that is below 0. Okay, so how can you have something that's less than 0? So here's a practical example. So let's say that I have no money, not like, oh, I don't have any money, and then you actually have tons. Let's just say I actually had $0, but I really wanted to buy a new shirt for $20. How could I buy that shirt when I don't have money? Well, this is where credit cards come in. And just as a side note, you should not use a credit card if you don't actually have the money to pay off the credit card. It's not a good idea. But anyway, let's just say I decided to buy the shirt with the credit card for $20, even though I have no money. But I know that I'm going to get paid maybe later that month. Okay, so I use my credit card and I pay. And now, not only do I have no money, I actually have less than no money. I have negative $20 because I owe $20 to the credit card company. So once I get my paycheck, I have to give $20 of it to my bill. So that is where a negative number comes in, negative $20. Now, if I had $500, we could say I had positive $500, and I could put a plus sign here. Normally we don't use a positive number. If we see $500, we don't think, is that negative or is that positive? That just generally means that's a positive number. But you can also use this positive sign. However, for a negative number, you do need to use this negative sign. Okay. All right, so I'm going to draw you a number line and show you a little bit of what it looks like to have positive and negative numbers. Okay, so we have 0 here in the middle. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so all of the numbers to the right are positive numbers, and the numbers to the left of the 0 are negative numbers. So if you had $0 and then you got $1, that is like 0 plus 1, isn't it? So we would call that 1. And then if you didn't get $1, you got 2, that's 0 plus 2, or $2. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, if you have $0 and then you spend 1 with your credit card, or you borrow from a friend, that is called, so that's 0 take away $1. So instead of saying 0 take away 1, we'll just call that negative 1. That means we'd have negative $1. And then if you borrowed another dollar, you'd have negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, negative 7, and negative 8. So what's interesting in the positive numbers over here, as you go to the right, that the number gets bigger as the number gets bigger. But look over here, as the number gets smaller, the numeral that we owing someone $8 owing someone $8 means that you have less money than if you owe someone $1. So you have a bigger debt. So the number is bigger because it means you owe a larger amount, which means you have less money. So if you see -8 or -1, -1 is actually a bigger number than -8, because if you think of it this way, -8 means you owe more money, which means you have less money. Okay, so those are the negative numbers on the left of 0, which means that they are smaller than 0, and positive numbers are greater than 0. And as I said, we often use negative numbers with money, and we often use it as well with temperature. So we'll say, if we measure temperature like this, we'll say it's 20 degrees, but we could also have -20, 20 below 0, and 0 is a temperature that we decided to measure things from, and so we measure things from above or below 0. And okay, so that's a little introduction for you, and for homework you can do page 134.